Born from the Red Earth, the untold story of the Igbo people. Long ago, before Nigeria had a name, before roads and cities covered the land, there was a place in the east, glowing under the sun. A land of red earth, tall palm trees, and clear rivers that sang as they flowed. There lived a people, strong, proud, and full of spirit. They called themselves the Igbo. No one knows exactly where they came from. Some say they came from Eri, a man of ancient times, said to be one of the children of Israel. He journeyed across deserts and rivers until he settled near the river Anambra. Others believe they were molded by Chukwu, the creator himself. Born from the red earth that still stains their feet today. Whatever the truth, the Igbo people have walked that land for centuries. Planting, building, and thriving long before any map called it Nigeria. The Igbo were different. They had no single king, no crown sitting over all. Each village ruled itself, guided by elders, age greats, and wise men and women. They believed in fairness, hard work, and respect. Their world was built on the saying, Igwe Boy, there is strength in unity. They grew yams, their proudest crop. They forged iron, carved wood, and traded across rivers and forests. And deep in Igbo, they made bronze art so fine and ancient. It still amazes the world today. Their lives were simple. But in that simplicity lived greatness, discipline, courage, and faith. Then came the white men, the British. They brought new laws, new gods, and new chains. They gave titles to men who were never kings, calling them warrant chiefs. But the Igbo spirit refused to bow. They were born free, and they would not be ruled. So, in 1929, the drums of defiance sounded in Aba. Thousands of Igbo women rose like a wave. They marched, they sang, they protested against unfair taxes and oppression. The world would later call it the Aba women's right, but to the Igbo, it was a cry for justice, a roar of freedom. These women, mothers, traders, warriors, proved that courage has no gender. When Nigeria gained independence, hope filled the air. But soon, trouble came again. In 1967, after political and ethnic tension, the Igbo people declared a new nation, Biafra. But that dream came with a heavy price. War followed, the Nigerian Civil War. For 3 long years, the Igbo land burned. There was hunger, sorrow, and silence in the villages. Many died, but the Igbo spirit did not. When the guns went quiet, they rose again. From ashes and tears. And rebuilt their world with bare hands. They started small businesses. They traded, farmed, and hustled until their land blossomed again. The world watched, amazed, as the Igbo turned pain into power. How did they do it? The secret lay in something deeply Igbo, the apprenticeship system, called Igba Boy or Imo Ehia. A young boy would go to serve a master, not as a slave, but as a student. He would learn business, trust, and resilience. When his years of service ended, the master would settle him. Give him money or goods to start his own trade. That is how poor boys became rich men. How small shops became big empires. How hope passed from one generation to another. Today, cities like Aba, Onitsha, and Nui shine as centers of trade and innovation. Thanks to this system of trust and brotherhood. From the red earth rose great names. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first president of Nigeria, the voice of unity. General Odumegwu Ojukwu, who led Biafra with courage. Chinua Achebe, the writer whose words gave Africa its literary soul. Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu, one of Nigeria's earliest millionaires. Professor Chikobi, the mathematical genius. Cosmos Maduka, the man who built Koskores from nothing. Innocent Chokuma, who gave Nigeria her first local car, Innocent Motors. Their lives remind us that to be Igbo is to be unstoppable. To dream, to build, and to rise again and again. Today, the Igbo people live mostly in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. But you can find them everywhere, in Lagos, in London, in America, in every corner of the world. Wherever they go, they carry their language, their dance, and their faith. They are builders, inventors, traders, and dreamers. Their saying still echoes. Onikwi, Chiya Ekwe. When you believe, your destiny agrees. The story of the Igbo is more than history. It is a heartbeat that refuses to stop. A fire that cannot be put out. From the red earth they were born. And from that same earth, they keep rising. Strong, proud, and unbroken. This is the story of the Igbo people. A story of pain and triumph. A story of freedom and faith. A story of a people who never give up. Globe showing